Stocks are selling off this Tuesday morning, and market watchers say that this pullback feels a little bit different than previous days. Doreen, what exactly is happening with the technicals, and why aren't buyers coming in to buy this dip?
Well, I think that, first of all, the news out of Europe across the board is not good. And it seems as though, although somewhat stable, could be deteriorating a little bit in Greece. And I think that's giving us some worry about the contagion of that in Italy and Spain. We are focusing on jobs numbers coming up, and we're going to be waiting for those later on in the week. But I think the fact that there was such a lot of enthusiasm around the key level in the Dow 13,000, say, and we were not able to break through, although we tried numerous times over the last few weeks. I think it gave people a reason to sort of feel that it's time maybe to pull back a little bit from a technical perspective. Generally, we feel down here, rule of thumb, if it doesn't go through third time with a lot of gusto, well, then perhaps maybe it's going to reverse. And I think people are starting to feel we could be in for a 10 to 15% correction in the market, which I think is a pretty big correction. I'm not sure we'll get that, but
At the same time, a lot of this Europe news that's dampening on sentiment today isn't new news. So do you think that today's pullback will sustain throughout the week, or do you think it's just for one day?
well, I mean, it's very hard to predict, but I do think that there certainly has been some rethinking of the highs here by a lot of traders. And I think the volumes also are telling us that there's very little participation in this market. So I think a cooling off period would probably be a healthy thing for the market.
Great. So investors are watching to see if this pullback will sustain throughout the rest of the day. The VIX is up above 20, so it doesn't look so good, but we'll see what happens.